Texas. The very name conjures images of vast, open land, boundless opportunity, and a housing market that seemed to defy gravity. But in 2025, that seemingly endless boom isn't just slowing down, it's revealing the very points, the undeniable ground zero locations where a dangerous housing bubble truly began to inflate, threatening a catastrophic burst that could reshape the Lone Star State for decades. This isn't just about prices falling, it's about exposing the deep, unsettling truth of where the frenzy reached unsustainable levels, fueled by rampant speculation, unsustainable price growth, and a profound detachment from the true economic realities for everyday Texans. Now, the undeniable symptoms are here. Homes sitting untouched for months, values plummeting in once hot neighborhoods, and a chilling sense of desolation settling in. Which Texas cities, the former darlings of that real estate gold rush, are now revealing themselves as the very points where the housing bubble exploded? Where did the speculative fever burn hottest, setting the stage for the inevitable collapse? We're diving deep into the grim data, identifying the markets that epitomize the frenzy and are now paying the steepest price. Get ready for a stark, unsettling truth that every Texan or anyone considering a move needs to hear. Today, Discover the Nation unveils Texas Housing Bubble, 10 cities you should avoid now. If you own property here or are contemplating a move, this is your crucial, urgent warning about where the nightmare truly began.
Number 10. Corpus Christi. This historic coastal city, famed for its beaches, port, and naval air station, promises a relaxing, sunny lifestyle. But in 2025, Corpus Christi's housing market is grappling with a harsh financial storm, exposing how the broader Texas housing bubble began to inflate even in its unique coastal communities, making it a place to avoid for now. Corpus Christi's economy is intertwined with tourism, oil, and the military. It experienced significant price appreciation, attracting residents and some investors. However, the true insidious sign of the bubble's reach here is the skyrocketing insurance costs. Situated directly on a hurricane-vulnerable coastline with persistent flood risks, Corpus Christi homeowners are now facing astronomical property and flood insurance premiums. Many are reporting annual bills easily exceeding $6,000 to $10,000, adding thousands to their monthly fixed costs and making homeownership financially unsustainable for many. The market symptoms are undeniable. The slowdown in tourism spending and investor retreat are clear. Listings are up significantly, and homes are sitting for extended periods, average 85 days, with price cuts becoming common. While its charm remains, the financial pressure is eroding its appeal, showing that the bubble's influence wasn't just in raw price appreciation, but in the unsustainable total cost of ownership it created, threatening to leave behind a growing number of vacant homes. Number 9. San Antonio. Known for the Alamo, its historic riverwalk, and rapid population growth, San Antonio was touted as one of the most affordable big cities in Texas. But in 2025, despite its appeal, parts of San Antonio's housing market are showing alarming signs of a deflating bubble, particularly in its outer rings and newer developments where unsustainable growth outpaced true demand, making it a city to approach with caution. San Antonio's rapid growth was overwhelmingly fueled by its affordability compared to other large Texas metros and a continuous influx of new residents. Builders responded by breaking ground on massive new subdivisions and master-planned communities at an aggressive pace, pushing out vast tracts of homes. This rapid new construction, driven by speculative projections, was a key symptom of the bubble's formation. If you're getting valuable perspective on these vulnerable markets and where the bubble truly took hold, please gently hit that subscribe button to Discover the Nation. Your support powers our in-depth investigations. Now, the chilling signs are setting in. Mortgage rates near 7% are pricing out any remaining local buyers. The market is witnessing a slowdown in the pace of inbound migration and a pullback from investors who once fueled rapid sales. This imbalance of supply and demand, coupled with rising affordability challenges for local buyers, reveals the bubble's overextension here, threatening to leave parts of this vibrant city feeling eerily empty.
Number 8. Georgetown. Often called one of the prettiest small cities in America and a beloved suburb of Austin, Georgetown exploded during the pandemic, becoming a symbol of Texas's incredible growth. Its rapid expansion, fueled by external demand, now makes it a prime example of where the Texas housing bubble dangerously inflated and is now beginning to burst, making it a city to approach with extreme caution. Georgetown's growth was overwhelmingly fueled by an unsustainable influx of remote workers and high-income earners fleeing more expensive metros, pushing home prices to dizzying heights. The median home price, which peaked around $550,000 in 2022, is now visibly plummeting to $450,000, a brutal 18.2% drop from its peak. Mortgage rates near 7% are pricing out any remaining local buyers. Inventory is surging dramatically, up 38% year over year. Homes are sitting for extended periods, average 90 days, with desperate price cuts and builder incentives failing to attract interest. Vacancy rates are climbing in new communities, builders are canceling projects, leaving half-built shells. The outmigration of remote workers called back to offices or simply unable to sustain the high costs is accelerating. Georgetown isn't merely correcting, it's actively emptying out, with its former strengths now its greatest vulnerability, positioning it precariously close to seeing its bubble violently burst. Number 7. Dallas. The gleaming heart of North Texas, a symbol of relentless corporate relocations and a seemingly endless economic boom, Dallas has been a magnet for population growth and massive real estate investment. Its sheer scale and rapid price appreciation make it a definitive ground zero, where the Texas housing bubble inflated to monumental proportions, now making it a city to avoid. Dallas's explosive growth was fueled by massive corporate influx, a booming tech sector, and a reputation for endless opportunity. This led to rapid price appreciation, often 60 to 80% since 2020, and a furious pace of new construction across the metroplex, particularly in the northern suburbs. This aggressive, widespread building and price surge was a clear symptom of the bubble's formation. Now, the chilling signs are setting in. If corporate expansions halt, jobs in tech and financial services are impacted, and the flow of high-earning relocation slows, buyer demand collapses. Inventory is surging dramatically across Dallas and its suburbs, up 45% year over year, and homes are sitting longer, average 75 days. Price cuts are rampant. The substantial investor activity during the boom means many are now looking to exit, further overwhelming the market. Dallas's immense scale and past growth make its potential hollowing out a truly concerning prospect, where the bubble's impact is widespread and severe.
Number 6. Fort Worth, the cowtown of Texas, a bustling urban center that saw immense rapid growth in recent years, becoming a magnet for new residents seeking a more affordable big city life than Dallas. This massive, swift expansion was a defining part of the Texas boom, and a clear contributor to the housing bubble's rapid inflation, now making it a city to carefully consider before buying. Fort Worth's growth was fueled by its relative affordability, a strong job market in logistics and diversified industries, and a continuous influx of out-of-state buyers. This created a strong pull for builders to rapidly expand, pushing out vast tracts of homes in its sprawling outskirts. The median home price swelled to over $400,000, driven by this explosive, perhaps unsustainable demand. Now, the consequences of that rapid inflation are painfully clear. The sheer volume of new construction has created a catastrophic oversupply that current demand simply cannot match. The median home price is now plummeting by 20 to 25% from its peak. Inventory is surging dramatically, up 40% year over year, and homes are sitting for extended periods, average 75 to 85 days. Price cuts are rampant, and the slowdown in external migration, coupled with persistently high mortgage rates, has crippled local buyer demand. Fort Worth's aggressive expansion, once its strength, has left it with a severe oversupply, the very hallmark of a bubble that is now painfully deflating. Number 5. Houston. The energy capital of the world, America's fourth largest city, a sprawling metropolis that often felt immune to downturns. Houston's sheer scale and continuous development made it a massive underlying force in the Texas housing bubble, contributing to an immense and widespread inflation that is now dangerously unwinding, making it a city to avoid for now. Houston's consistent growth was fueled by its robust energy sector, corporate expansions, and a seemingly endless population influx. This drove relentless development. Builders, convinced demand was limitless, initiated massive, sprawling new construction across the metro, pushing out thousands of homes and commercial spaces. This continuous, large-scale supply surge, often speculative, was a core component of the bubble's formation in Texas. If you're finding this crucial information for understanding Texas's market risks, please gently hit that subscribe button to Discover the Nation. Your support helps us bring you more vital insights like this. Now, the terrifying signs of unraveling are widespread. A softening in global energy prices and a general economic slowdown are impacting Houston's core industries, leading to job insecurity and reduced corporate expansions. Mortgage rates near 7% are pricing out remaining local buyers. Inventory is surging dramatically across the metro, up 40% year over year, and properties are sitting for extended periods, average 70 days. Sellers are dropping prices, with many homes seeing cuts of 5 to 10%. The sheer vastness of Houston means its overbuilding problem is equally vast, threatening to leave widespread pockets feeling empty if economic headwinds persist, a powerful signal of a bubble that grew too large.
Number 4. Round Rock. This dynamic suburb just north of Austin quickly became an undisputed tech hub, home to Dell's headquarters and a magnet for countless tech professionals. Its explosive growth and rapid price appreciation marked it as a quintessential ground zero, where the Texas housing bubble began its most extreme expansion, driven by pure speculative frenzy, making it a truly dangerous place to buy. Round Rock's growth was overwhelmingly fueled by an unsustainable influx of remote workers and high-income earners fleeing more expensive metros, particularly from California and Austin. This pushed home prices to dizzying heights, with the median peaking around $450,000 in 2022. Builders poured concrete at a furious, speculative pace, pushing out thousands of new homes in vast tracts of land. This aggressive building spree, based on massive overconfidence, was a clear sign of the bubble's formation. That external demand has all but vanished. Mortgage rates near 7% are pricing out any remaining local buyers whose incomes can't support these elevated, even if falling prices. Inventory is surging dramatically, up 37% year over year. Homes are sitting for agonizing periods, average 90 days, with desperate price cuts and builder incentives failing to attract interest. Vacancy rates are climbing in new communities. Builders are canceling projects, leaving half-built shells. The outmigration of remote workers called back to offices or simply unable to sustain the high costs is accelerating. Round Rock isn't merely correcting, it's actively emptying out, with its former strength now its greatest vulnerability, positioning it precariously close to becoming a true ghost town as its bubble violently bursts. Number 3. San Marcos. This dynamic college town, strategically nestled between Austin and San Antonio, quickly became an undisputed hotbed of the Texas housing bubble. Its rapid expansion, fueled by those seeking a more affordable alternative to Austin, drove prices to unsustainable heights, making it a critical city to avoid now. San Marcos's explosive growth was overwhelmingly fueled by an unsustainable influx of buyers and remote workers fleeing Austin's escalating costs, pushing median home prices to a peak around $380,000. This led to furious overbuilding of new subdivisions, master-planned communities, and even student-oriented housing across vast tracts of land. This immense, rapid build-out and unchecked price surge was a clear and dangerous symptom of the bubble's formation. Now that once insatiable external demand has largely vanished, the median price has plummeted to $290,000, a brutal 23.7% drop from its peak. Mortgage rates near 7% are pricing out any remaining local buyers whose incomes can't support these elevated, even if falling, prices. Inventory is surging dramatically, up 48% year over year, with homes sitting for agonizing periods, average 110 to 120 days. Desperate price cuts are rampant, with builders and sellers offering massive incentives. Vacancy rates are climbing in new communities, especially rental properties, and builders are canceling projects, leaving half-built shells. The out-migration of transient residents, remote workers, students who graduated, is accelerating, leaving behind numerous empty properties. San Marcos isn't just correcting, it's actively emptying out, with its former strength now its greatest vulnerability, demonstrating how a localized bubble can tragically burst.
Number 2, El Paso. This unique border city, rich in culture and home to Fort Bliss, was long considered a bastion of stability and affordability in Texas. But in 2025, El Paso is tragically at the terrifying heart of a different kind of housing bubble. One that exploded not through speculative excess, but through a brutal erosion of affordability for its own residents, making it a profoundly dangerous place to buy. El Paso's housing market saw prices rise significantly during the pandemic boom, pushing the median home price to around $260,000 in 2022. This rapid increase, while lower than other Texas metros, was unsustainable relative to the city's median household income, which hovers around $55,000. This created a bubble of unattainable prices for local families. Now, that bubble has devastatingly burst. The median price has plummeted to $205,000, a brutal 21% drop from its peak, leaving many homeowners underwater. The terrifying consequences are here. High property taxes, averaging 2.4% on already stretched incomes, have become unbearable. Inventory is surging dramatically, up 30% year over year, with homes sitting for extended periods, average 95 days, with desperate price cuts failing to attract interest. El Paso's bubble exploded not from external speculation, but from an internal affordability crisis where local wages could no longer support the inflated home values. This is actively emptying out communities, turning a once stable market into a ghost town where the dream of ownership is out of reach, and its former strength has become its greatest vulnerability. Number 1. Austin. Finally, at number 1, we have Austin, Texas, the Silicon Hills of the South, a city synonymous with hypergrowth, tech innovation, and a seemingly endless influx of new residents. Austin was, without question, America's hottest real estate market for years, pushing property values to dizzying, unsustainable heights. But in 2025, Austin stands as the absolute ground zero where the Texas housing bubble exploded, its aggressive expansion and speculative fever now transforming into a profound and painful collapse, making it the top city to avoid. Austin's unprecedented boom was the poster child of pandemic-era remote worker migration and massive tech corporate expansions. Developers, eager to cash in on what seemed like limitless demand, initiated an almost unimaginable pace of new construction, from high-rise condos downtown to sprawling master-plan communities in every direction. They built at a furious, speculative pace, pushing tens of thousands of new units onto the market. This aggressive, overconfident build-out was the defining symptom of the bubble's early and extreme inflation. If you're finding this crucial information for understanding market vulnerabilities, please gently hit that subscribe button to Discover the Nation. Your support powers our in-depth investigations. Now, the terrifying reality. Inventory has skyrocketed across the entire metro, up an astonishing 55% year over year, leaving vast amounts of both new and existing construction completely empty. Homes are sitting for agonizing periods, average 100 days, with unprecedented aggressive price reductions, $75,000 to $150,000 off, failing to attract interest. vacancy rates are soaring. Builders are abandoning projects, leaving half-finished developments as haunting monuments to a boom gone bust. Austin isn't merely correcting, it's actively emptying out, with former residents leaving and no new ones to fill the void. High property taxes add to the burden for those trapped. Austin, once the symbol of unstoppable growth, is now the ultimate cautionary tale. Overhyped, overbuilt, and overpriced. Its streets are growing quieter, and its future is clouded by the chilling silence of a modern ghost town as its bubble violently bursts.
Final thoughts. The message is clear. The Texas real estate landscape is shifting dramatically. Stay informed, stay vigilant. The vast open spaces still call, but beneath the promises of prosperity, the cracks are showing, especially in the housing market. From rapidly growing metros to remote oil towns, buyers are waking up to a new reality. The same homes that soared in price just 2 years ago are now sinking. This isn't just the slowdown, it's a reckoning. Overbuilding, inflated pricing, high interest rates, and shaky rental returns have left many Texans and hopeful newcomers holding the bag. And in some cities, that bag is full of falling equity and rising regret. The American dream didn't disappear here, but it did get distorted. So if you're looking to buy in Texas, be cautious, be informed, be strategic. Not every promise of endless growth hides a paradise. Some are planted in markets that won't recover for years. Don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone who needs to see this vital information, and of course, hit that subscribe button to discover the nation. We'll see you in the next video, because sometimes knowing where not to buy can be the best investment decision of all.